Welcome to the Arsenal Report, and remember, subscribe, then enjoy your news. The summer of 2025 will be remembered by Arsenal fans not just for bold ambitions, but for the thunderbolt arrival of one of the Premier League's most electrifying wingers, Luis Díaz. After several transfer windows filled with speculation, it has finally happened. Luis Díaz is now confirmed as an Arsenal player, joining from Liverpool in a headline-grabbing deal worth £55 million. The Colombian star is ready to light up the Emirates Stadium and bring a new wave of South American fire to North London. Edu Gaspar and Mikel Arteta had long admired Luis Díaz. The Colombian winger, known for his dazzling pace, tight ball control and explosive dribbling, had consistently impressed since his arrival in England from FC Porto in 2022. But with Liverpool undergoing a transition and Díaz looking for a fresh challenge, Arsenal made their move, and it was swift, clinical, and determined. The negotiations began quietly after Arsenal's pursuit of Gabriel Martinelli's replacement intensified following the Brazilian surprise move to Bayern Munich. Within 2 weeks, an agreement was reached. The Arsenal hierarchy promised Díaz a key role in the starting 11, Champions League football, and the chance to compete for titles under a tactical visionary like Arteta. For Díaz, it was an irresistible combination. The summer of 2025 will be remembered by Arsenal fans not just for bold ambitions, but for the thunderbolt arrival of one of the Premier League's most electrifying wingers, Luis Díaz. After several transfer windows filled with speculation, it has finally happened. Luis Díaz is now confirmed as an Arsenal player, joining from Liverpool in a headline-grabbing deal worth £55 million. The Colombian star is ready to light up the Emirates Stadium and bring a new wave of South American fire to North London. Edu Gaspar and Mikel Arteta had long admired Luis Díaz. The Colombian winger, known for his dazzling pace, tight ball control and explosive dribbling, had consistently impressed since his arrival in England from FC Porto in 2022. But with Liverpool undergoing a transition and Díaz looking for a fresh challenge, Arsenal made their move, and it was swift, clinical, and determined. The negotiations began quietly after Arsenal's pursuit of Gabriel Martinelli's replacement intensified following the Brazilian's surprise move to Bayern Munich. Within 2 weeks, an agreement was reached. The Arsenal hierarchy promised Díaz a key role in the starting 11, Champions League football, and the chance to compete for titles under a tactical visionary like Arteta. For Díaz, it was an irresistible combination. When Luis Díaz touched down at London Colney for his medical, the excitement exploded. Fans gathered in their numbers. Colombian flags were waved outside the training ground. The Arsenal media team posted the first photos of Díaz holding the famous red and white shirt, number 23, the same number he wore at Liverpool, now set to become iconic at the Emirates. In his first interview, Díaz spoke with humility and determination. Arsenal is one of the biggest clubs in the world. I'm proud to wear this shirt and ready to give my heart for the fans. I came here to win, to fight, and to enjoy every moment with this beautiful team. Tactically, Arteta has big plans. With Díaz operating on the left wing, Arsenal gain a direct, unpredictable attacker who thrives in 1-versus-1 situations. His acceleration and flair will complement Bukayo Saka's right-sided dominance, giving Arsenal a balanced, dual-wing threat rarely seen since the days of Pires and Ljungberg. Luis Díaz isn't just about individual brilliance. His work rate, pressing intensity, and tactical discipline make him a perfect fit for Arteta's high-energy, positional play. In training, it took only minutes for teammates like Declan Rice and Ødegaard to recognise the quality he brings. Gabriel Jesus, in particular, welcomed him warmly. With Luis, we become more dangerous. He's unpredictable, powerful, and always brave with the ball. We can do big things together. Luis Díaz's arrival marks yet another statement of intent from Arsenal. The Gunners aren't just rebuilding, they're now hunting silverware. After finishing runners-up in the 2024/25 season, the club made clear that good was no longer good enough. They wanted greatness. With Díaz joining a front line already boasting Saka, Jesus, Ødegaard, and the newly confirmed signing of Benjamin Šeško, Arsenal's attack is arguably one of the most fearsome in Europe. And behind them, Zubimendi's arrival from Real Sociedad and Saliba's continued dominance in defence solidify the Gunners' spine. The Premier League, Champions League and domestic cups, all are within reach, and Luis Díaz is expected to be at the heart of that push. Another news. Gabriel Martinelli, the Brazilian dynamo who had become a fan favourite at the Emirates Stadium, officially signed for Bundesliga giants Bayern Munich, marking the end of a thrilling chapter in North London and the beginning of a bold new era in Germany. It all began with whispers across Europe. Bayern Munich, having closely monitored Martinelli's evolution under Mikel Arteta, decided it was time to make a decisive move. Their need was urgent. With Leroy Sané likely to depart and Serge Gnabry's future uncertain, the German champions wanted a versatile, elite-level winger with energy, flair and clinical instinct. Martinelli ticked all those boxes, and more. Meanwhile, Arsenal, despite their love for the player, were evolving tactically. With Kavica Kvaratskhelia recently arriving at the Emirates and with an eye on rebalancing their wage structure and adding a central striker like Benjamin Šeško or Victor Gyökeres, they were reluctantly open to listening to offers for their number 11th Bayern's proposal. A reported €65 million deal with performance bonuses and future add-ons that could take it beyond €75 million. The Gunners tried to convince Martinelli to stay, and fans launched campaigns to keep him in North London. But the player himself felt that a fresh challenge, under the Bavarian lights, was the right next step. He had achieved much at Arsenal. FA Cup wins, top 4 finishes, a dramatic title push in 2024, and Champions League quarter-finals. But the dream of conquering Europe with Bayern, joining a new culture, and becoming a star in the Bundesliga called louder than ever. His exit was dignified and emotional. Martinelli addressed the Arsenal faithful with a heartfelt video saying, "Arsenal gave me my dream, my platform, and my family in football. I will always carry the memories of the Emirates in my heart. Thank you for believing in a kid from Brazil. I will never forget you. But now, it's time for a new challenge. I'm proud to join Bayern Munich, a historic club with massive ambition." The move was finalised in June 2025. Bayern's unveiling of Martinelli was grand, standing in the heart of the Allianz Arena, wearing the iconic red number 7 shirt. He posed for photos and waved at thousands of Bayern fans. His German wasn't fluent yet, but his smile said it all. He was ready. Martinelli's first press conference was glowing with ambition. "I've watched Bayern since I was young. Legends like Ribéry, Robben, Klose and Müller. To be part of this club is a huge honour. I'm here to win titles, to fight for the Champions League, and to give everything for the badge." At Bayern, the coaching staff were already drawing up tactical blueprints. Martinelli could play on the left or right, even as a false 9 in certain formations. His pace, pressing ability, and direct style were seen as perfect for Bayern's high-octane football. Head coach Vincent Kompany praised his versatility, saying, "Martinelli is a warrior. He fits the Bayern DNA, aggressive, fast, fearless." His debut came in the DFL Super Cup against Bayer Leverkusen, and it was unforgettable. In just 17 minutes, Martinelli assisted Harry Kane with a pinpoint cross, then scored himself with a curling effort into the top corner. The Allianz Arena erupted. Commentators were already calling him the new star of Munich. Back in London, Arsenal supporters were divided. Some felt the club should have done more to keep him, while others thanked him for his service. At 24 years old, Martinelli had given the Gunners 6 incredible seasons, scoring over 50 goals, creating countless memories, and establishing himself as a symbol of Arsenal's youth revolution. But now, his heart beat for Bayern. Off the pitch, Martinelli adapted quickly. He brought his family to Germany, enrolled in language classes, and began bonding with his new teammates.